Welcome to Watching the Throne.
A lyrical analysis of Kanye West.
Oh, man.
A live lyrical analysis.
Yeah, we're right next to each other, which doesn't often happen.
We're touching. Guess which parts are touching.
My name is Chris Lambert.
And my name is Travis Bean. And we're doing a live Advent calendar reading today. So this is going to be fun. Chris is going to actually see me pull out today's candy.
Yeah, I've often wondered what it looks like. I picture you going up to like a little house that has many windows, many doors, 27 specifically, and you just kind of open one up and peek in there.
And are you surprised what the Advent calendar looks like, what it actually is?
Yeah, I did not expect it.
It's a 27-eyed Kanye, and each eye is one of the calendar doors.
Yeah, I could see like 27 armed Kanye, almost like, you know, the multi-armed god Shiva.
Yeah.
But 27 eyes is somehow terrifying.
I was inspired by my beautiful dark twisted fantasy art.
I feel like that bear with the multiple eyes is actually fan art done in the style of George Condo.
I stole that, yeah.
Whoever did it.
Good job.
Yeah.
We are reporting you to the authorities because that is copyright infringement, but congratulations. Okay, so let's pull out today's candy, and it's just a regular chocolate. Okay.
Nice and simple.
Sometimes you just need a dark chocolate. All right. Well, it is day 8, though. Day 8's exciting. Because we're in LA, I do think this makes it automatically the best day so far, possibly the best in the series. Just like the hype that has been built to us going to LA. No one knows why we're here, who we're talking to. There's so much mystery that just like day 8 is like, whoa, like this is different.
Yeah. Certainly different.
Very.
And good.
Different in a good way. Sometimes different is scary.
Yeah.
But it can be scary good.
Like driving on the opposite side of the car, on the opposite side of the road, that's different in a scary way.
That's very scary. And we did not do that today.
No. California, it turns out, drives the same way as Texas and
I wasn't sure about that. It seems like a different country sometimes, the taxes and whatnot. And you know
gas
what?
prices.
It's mostly the same.
Yeah.
Except Kanye's here, so it's special.
Except he just bought a palace in Wyoming. Well, palace, by that I mean a ranch in Wyoming that's like 9,000 acres.
Anywhere Kanye is a palace.
That's right.
Okay. Today's topic. We are going to be counting down. Yesterday we did the best guest features on a Kanye song, and today we're going to be doing the best songs Kanye's been featured on. Also a hotly contested list.
Yes, and this is our personal favorites of just like
very much personal.
his verse or like what he brings to the song.
Yeah, because I have a feeling that none of my songs would be on anybody else's list.
I feel like 2 of mine would be.
Yeah, and it was hard for me to knock out some. Like, I do think the storied ones, the ones everyone attaches onto, are all great. Like American Boy and Make Her Say, All Your Fault. Like, all those are fucking great. You know what? You just got to pare it down to what you like, though.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
What was the Drake one that had everybody on it?
Glow?
No.
Oh, the LeBron one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember.
That wasn't famous. No. Forever.
Forever, yeah.
Yeah. My granny had a bad hip, like a fanny pack. Like everybody else is talking these very like cliche, like egotistical. Like Eminem's talking about like being Hannibal Lecter. Lil Wayne's talking about like no brake pads and like he'll murder you. And then Kanye's just like, my granny had a bad hip, like a fanny pack.
And there are other ones too. I don't know about you, but I discounted anything from like Cruel Summer.
Yeah.
Okay. Because, like, to me, Mercy would be up there and shit like that.
Yeah, and that's clearly, to me, like, a Kanye project.
Yeah, right. But, yep, we got 5 here. I'm sure they'll all infuriate everybody, but you know what? That's our story.
Yeah, and I'm starting off strong, mind you.
Okay, let's do it.
So, number 5, This Ain't a Scene, It's an Arms Race by Fall Out Boy, remixed by Kanye West. You may remember, like, this ain't a scene, it's a goddamn arms race.
I did recognize it when you played it.
And I always thought that song was, like, kind of catchy, but Kanye remixes it in a way that brings in kind of some soul sensibilities. And add some layers to it that make it a much better song to me to listen to. And you get a different verse from Fall Out Boy that kind of matches the energy of Kanye. But I love Kanye's verse on it because it's a little longer, but he starts off, you can almost imagine him being like, what the fuck am I doing here?
And then going for it.
Yeah, he starts off his verse saying like, now I don't know what the hell this song is talking about. Do you? She said, yeah, I've been spending all day trying to figure that out. You too? Which, that's pretty relatable, but also kind of meta commentary on like, what the fuck, Fall Out Boy? What are you talking about? And,
landline.
Let's answer it and see who's calling.
We're in a home that has a landline.
Yeah, this Airbnb.
Yeah. It's just, it gives the show some spice.
That's
a live
right.
feel.
That's right. We should just answer and have them be on the show and be like, Jim, your friends.
He's famous.
Yeah. The arms race made them raise their arms and race straight to the top. Who knew? Like, you could just imagine Kanye almost like 10 minutes before going into the studio
being like, oh, I need lyrics? Shit.
Right now they got the #1 spot. Do you want that? Me too. Which, like, that's getting more kind of typical. One thing I gotta call out, boy. Take a look at Fall Out Boy. This is my favorite. This might be the best compliment that Kanye's ever given someone. Since they ain't black, when they get money, they don't ball out, boy. They just buy tight jeans till they nuts hang all out, boy.
That's fucking incredible.
They figure Ye dress tight, so we gonna dress tighter. He dress white, so we gonna dress whiter. And how he says whiter, he just drops into like a Dave Chappelle white voice. He's like, whiter. So in spite of anything you might have seen or heard, this scene occurred. Word. Which is almost like he's saying, like, you may not believe that I was on a Fall Out Boy song, but it happened. And here I am in the studio. I swear to God, like, this is something he didn't want to do.
Yeah, well, you know what? He did it, though.
Yeah.
I think that's a big part of my list is I like when Kanye's on, like, non-traditional song, like not a hip-hop song with, with a hip-hop beat. I like when he's on, like, stuff that's rocking, stuff that's poppy, like, he really, because he opens up in a different way that he wouldn't on his own album. Like, as for somebody who is already really experimental and adventurous with his albums, he doesn't really get into a lot of the realms we see with, say, like American Boy or Fall Out Boy. Like, those are radio songs, and he's just like being Kanye on them. It's great.
Yeah,
I love it. My number 5 is, I picked a new one that probably shouldn't be on a top 5 because it's new and hasn't aged, and it's like a rule. Like, it has to be 10 years old and then cemented its place. But I really love Kanye's verse on the XXS Tentacion song 1 Minute.
Oh, yeah.
It's I mean, it's basically his song.
Yeah, that's what I always think about it as, like a Kanye song.
Yet it fits into the album, and it really channels XXX, like what he was and what he represented to people and how Kanye connected with him. And there are just some incredible lines on it. Like the black mask exfoliate line, and like just like his energy in general and how raw he is and how in your face he is, and how he's connected with XXX, and how that like they're both kind of outcast and had to like battle with the public and with the media and like their image. It's whatever he's channeling there, I'm so on board with, and it's awesome.
Yeah, that was a song that when we did our episode on it, because I think at first we were like, how deep does Kanye go?
Yeah.
And the song, like the verse is extended, it's long, but he has some great moments and great lines that feel like top-notch Kanye. Like all the great things he does with imagery, symbolism, layering concepts throughout.
Mm-hmm. And it feels, a lot of the songs on my list, and I think something Kanye is guilty of a lot throughout his career, is whatever he's on just seems like, it kind of seems like a joke, like a one-off thing he did. Like, not that he didn't try, but he went in more of the idea of like having fun and doing some wordplay than doing something deep and meaningful like he would on his albums. To me, this is like a kind of a crucial song to understanding Kanye. Like, to me, it fits in with his discography and like fits in with the grander story he's telling. I dig it.
That's a good 5.
Yeah.
All right.
Number 4.
For number 4, I have a Farnsworth Bentley song.
My favorite.
Called Everybody. And it features Kanye and Andre 3000. Mm-hmm. And you may know the gif where you see Kanye in a suit and he's kind of dancing and he like snaps his fingers.
Oh, yeah.
And like moves his hand in front of his face. That's from this music video. And part of the reason this song made number 4 is the music video.
Yeah, that was the reason for some of mine, honestly.
Yeah, it's like his verse, he doesn't even have a verse. He sings the hook on it, which is just everybody, let's go, don't stop baby, don't stop me, don't stop baby, don't stop me. I like the way that you move, and girl, you know how I do. So it's very simple in terms of like features go, but if you watch the music video, they're embodying a Motown band that kind of had the fine look, the singing and the dancing. They're on stage all wearing suits, and Kanye and Andre 3000 are both doing like a dance number, and it's just hilarious to watch Kanye do all the dance moves with such passion and be like, yo, he can move, but also it's just 4 minutes of him dancing, and I've never seen that, and it's wonderful to me.
Yeah, you rarely get to see Kanye dance. Like, if he is, he's kind of like, sometimes he's just kind of dancing in the moment and just like bobbing like anyone would.
Yeah.
Like to see him dancing.
Yeah, like having a whole choreographed routine and like hitting his spots and...
Like, how much would you pay to see Kanye West playing Ryan Gosling's part in La La Land? Just like doing those dances and shit.
I would pay all my money. Or like Kanye as a special... If he was a contestant on Dancing with the Stars, that's exactly what this music video is like.
He should. He's got time.
Do it, Kanye.
Buy the show.
So that, and the song's like a good groove. Like Kanye's hook adds a lot to it. Like it's a crucial part of the song. I just love watching the music video.
Yeah. Love it. My number 4 is also partly a music video pick. It is Birthday Song by 2 Chainz.
Oh, yeah.
You know that video? Where the whole... I mean, first of all, 2 Chainz is like crazy. I love him. He's got that... You know that show he has on Vice? Wow, shit, what's it called? Like Most Expensivest Things? I'm probably botching that. But his whole show is he just goes to... He visits these people or these businesses that sell expensive shit. And like it'll be like really expensive bonds or like really expensive cats or like it's just something totally random. And his videos like kind of have the feel of that show. Like it's a really weird, goofy show with like really the editing's really funny. Like it tries to be funny, and his videos always have that energy. Like they're always really entertaining to watch. And Kanye's part in this video is like he rides out on like a little bike, almost like a bike from Baby Boy, the Tyrese movie. Like, and he's got all these girls around him, and he's got a crown on, I think, or a hat. He's got a hat on. I don't remember
backwards
what.
Hat,
the backwards hat. Yeah. And it's just like he embraces how ridiculous it is. It's my or wait, what'd she say? It's my birthday. I deserve to be greedy, huh? She holding out. She ain't giving to the needy, huh? You go downstairs, fall asleep with the TV on. Y'all been together 10 years. You deserve a menage. Specifically if you put a BMW in a garage. And then at the end, what is it? Last birthday, she got you a sweater. Put it on, give her a kiss, tell her do better. Like, it's just like, I love when he gets in that mode. Especially in 2012 to get a song like this from Kanye. Like this feels so early Kanye, like really goofy and immature, and it's all about just like wacky wordplay. I love it.
That's pretty great. Yeah, it reminds me of something that you would have heard College Dropout, like totally. New Workout Plan Kanye, yeah. Or something on that late registration era.
Yeah. So go watch the music video for Birthday Song.
So my number 3 is a collaboration with Jay-Z, and it's a song that gets talked about a lot on this show.
I didn't put it on my list because I knew Chris would have it.
And that is Hate from Blueprint 3. And I loved it because it was one of the like first times I heard Kanye on a Jay-Z album. And that was really when I was starting to get more and more into hip-hop in college, and had just become a Kanye fan pretty recently. Mm. So hearing them both on that song, and I always loved the soundscape of Blueprint 3, And Hate's one of those songs where I was just like, I never hear anything like this.
It doesn't sound like anything in hip-hop.
And you get Kanye just having the lines. I love how, what is it, onomatopoeia he gets at the end of his verse. So, I mean, and the line, we blasting off just like a laser. Pew, pew, pew.
Yeah.
Like, he makes laser sounds. Like, it's Kanye making laser sounds, and that's hilarious to me because I usually took music as such like a serious thing. Like, these are radio songs, and like everybody's like taking them so seriously with the emotion of the song. And here you just have Kanye like shouting down haters and making laser sounds. Pew, pew, pew. And then to go from that to the get back, give me room, 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 DB9, like vroom, vroom, vroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, Young Hov, what we doing. So I had already liked both of them. To hear them go back and forth like that really made me want to. And I had recently gotten into Black Star as well, and I kept wanting them to do more together. And the fact that we got Watch the Throne just a couple years later was always amazing. And it always makes me, every time I listen to Watch the Throne, think back to Hate. So Hate's just always held kind of like a special place.
Yeah, the pew 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 is like a top 10 moment in like Kanye's whole body of work.
Right.
People who don't know it, man, got to get back a Blueprint 3. You got to give it another shot.
Pew, pew. Like, he goes, the way that Kanye goes 100% on everything. He goes 100% on making laser sounds.
I love, too, like, his verse is so much shorter than Jay's, yet it feels like he's doing more by doing that weird shit.
I scrolled past it at first because it feels like he goes for like a full verse.
Right.
But it's really,
pretty short.
Yeah, 8 lines.
Yeah. Doesn't he have 2 verses though?
Oh yeah, he's got
but
that.
But they're both
short,
really short. Yeah.
Yeah. How much they hate it, very.
Very. Kiss girls like Katy Perry.
I'm never sprung, but I spring her.
Jerry. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
People are so pissed. Okay, number 3. Another more recent one. This was one I have fond memories of because back early on when Chris and I started the show, and you know, like The Life of Pablo's coming out, and any guest feature that came out, like we were super excited because like, ooh, we're gonna cover like a song Kanye guested on, and one of them was that part. And I love that part. I love both the song and the video.
Yeah.
And just especially Kanye's part in the video when he's just like out in the street.
Stopping the bus.
Stops the school bus or whatever. And like his energy, it feels like he's channeling the ugly side of Kanye in The Life of Pablo. Like he's so pumping himself up so much. And it starts with okay, 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 okay. Which is, I can't explain that. You have to just hear it. But to start your verse like that, you're like, this guy gets it.
Yeah.
And then beggars can't be choosers, bitches ain't Chipotle. Like, I'm in. Yeah. I'm so in from the first 2 lines.
This ain't Chipotle. Yeah. And just in the video, like, doing the circuit around the house.
Oh my God. That's what he brings to a music video, man. He's always going balls to the wall, and like his presence, it's just like he commands the camera. Yeah. And he filmed that. He directed that part. He's like, no, this is how we're gonna do this.
All one shot through the house. That's a song that has the wifey, the female OJ, right?
Yeah.
Which is just like, oh shit, he went there.
Yeah.
Because Kim's dad, late father, was OJ Simpson's on his law team.
Yeah.
So it's
incredible.
Yeah. That's a good one. It was one of my, I used to be not into Kanye guest features a lot because I felt like he tended to take it less seriously, like the Fall Out Boy verse where you're just like, did he write that in the booth and not care too much? Like the Katy Perry Alien one, I never really liked, even though I know a lot of people.
I like that one a lot.
Love that one. Is that your number 1?
No, I actually had to take it off my top 5. I just love whenever he's on a pop song. I think that's more what it is for me. I
always thought the lyrics were like a little too cheesy.
Yeah.
When he would do a lot of guest features for like, there were a few outliers, but
I'm a cheesy guy.
But once like 2015 came about, 2016, I feel like all of his guest features kind of hit like a new level.
Right.
And that part was definitely
he really did. In 2016, he was on fire.
Like that glow. Pussy Print.
Yeah. Oh man, there was one more we covered on the show. I don't remember
Alicia
what it was.
Keys song.
Oh yeah, that one's fucking great.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. All right, number two.
Number two, my last two are pretty cliche. Like if you're hoping for something like avant-garde in terms of like song selection for the top two, you're gonna be disappointed. Because to me, there's no denying the power of this, and you already mentioned
I had a feeling.
But number two is "Run This Town."
Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's classic.
Yeah, that verse is just so good. I think Kanye steals that song from Jay-Z and Rihanna. Which I feel like a lot of Kanye Jay verses up until that point were debatable, right? But this was one that it really felt like Kanye came in and just took the song. I'd love in the line, "What you think I rap for, to push a fucking RAV4." I think about that line at least 3 times a week. I say that to myself or think about it in some way. God. And then you get like, "I can only spend my whole life goodwill hunting. Only good gon' come. Is this good when I'm coming?"
I don't remember that.
It's
That's
like
awesome.
One of the top tier, like, blatantly sexual, like, no, like, tact lines that Kanye has. "She got an ass that'll swallow up a G-string." Yeah, and I love the line, too. "I'm just trying to change the color on your mood ring." Like, that feels very childish, especially, like, him talking about,
I
like,
love that.
Coming, ass that'll swallow up a G-string. He's just, like... He just comes off of these lines that are, like, very sexual.
Yeah.
And then goes to something that's, like, so 4th grade. Where, like, I gave a girl a mood ring at one point and was like, "Oh, maybe, like, I'll see the mood that she likes me," or...
That's a great line.
Yeah.
I love that.
And then I also think about the line all the time, like, "Have you ever had shoes without shoestrings?" Like, no. Should I have? Like, is that a thing?
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
A great song, too. The whole fucking song's dynamite.
Yeah, in terms of, like, songs with 2 featured artists.
Got 2 J songs on there.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at you go. Number 2 for me. So my top 2, I gotta say, would never be on anybody's list, but they're just 2 of my, like, favorite... Honestly, 2 of my just, like, absolute favorite songs, period. Like, Kanye has a big part to do with that. But these are also 2 artists I really like, and one of them is Madonna's, and her song "Beat Goes On," which is from... I don't even remember the name of the album because it was, like, her weakest album.
Shrek 3 soundtrack?
Just Shrek 3 soundtrack, that's right. But Kanye's part in that, like, it's so random. Like, if you never knew... Like, if you just played the song and you didn't know Kanye was gonna show up all of a sudden, it would be your favorite song ever. Because, like, it's such an amazing surprise that Kanye shows up in this random pop song. And his verse, like, he has so much fun with it lyrically and, like, his flow. Like, he starts out, and this is going to be terrible that I try to mimic his flow, but the way he's speaking, like, is, again, not what he normally does in his records, so I love it. It's, "Here's an impromptu, I want you. I'm going to tell you what I want to do to you." So he pauses. "Your girlfriend, she wants to. Beautiful. Just flew in from Paris. Voulez-vous?" It's just, like, so wacky and stupid, but, like, also, like, really charming.
Yeah.
I don't know, I love it. And then, honestly, like, I say these lines, like, probably once a week to myself. "She be doing E to F now. What's left now? Mr. West now. Can you get any more fresh now? I think I just did. Just now. Talking my shit. That's how."
Oh. Wow.
It's so fucking good. I just... Again, like, I think that's what I look for in a Kanye feature. Like, a new side of Kanye.
Yeah, like, just this different facet that's revealed.
Like, you imagine him saying that shit on Ye? Like, in a sweet song about his daughter and, like, everything he wanted to do right, and, like, he couldn't. Reality's dripping off. Like, no.
Yeah,
he would never do any of
on
this.
the albums we get like I Thought About Killing You that features like a minute and a half of philosophical musings on suicide,
spoken word.
Yeah, and then just on this, you're just like, yeah, like I'm looking real fresh, like, and I'm talking my shit.
That's
how.
It's great.
Yay. So my number one cliche, the cliche gets, but undeniable song, American Boy.
It was on my list,
Estelle.
but again, took it off because I knew I could get more on because you'd say it.
Yeah. It's I loved it when it came out. It was a song I rarely get that excited for radio songs. I usually dread having the radio play. But that was one where I would just change the channels waiting, like while I drove, waiting for American Boy to start playing. And then I also had the personal encounter with that song of being overseas, staying in a hostel where I was the only American, and not everybody was very nice to me. And one night everybody was like drinking and having a good time, and some people like were in the room, and that song came on, and they made me get up on the table and dance. And
I've had that moment before.
Yeah, it was kind of fun because it was a way that once I opened up and gave them that, being stupid in front of everybody, people were much nicer to me afterwards. And
that's so funny. I have a very similar story.
Yeah?
Because I moved to Iowa with back then she was just my girlfriend. My ex-girlfriend. I moved there with my ex-girlfriend.
Who's now your wife.
Who's now my wife. And, like, there was a whole group of friends, and, like, we were friendly. Like, we all got along. But there was one night where we went to a bar, and Lauren wasn't in town, so I met up with them at a bar. And Nicki Minaj's Super Bass came on. I know every word of Super Bass. So I got up on a table and was just, like, saying every word. And they was like, what the fuck? Who is this guy?
We thought you were quiet and, like, taking notes the whole time we hung out.
And look at me now.
Yeah. Wow. So this same group of friends that Travis was able to make like him, he and Lauren had a Halloween party, and I didn't prepare in any way. I had no costume, and I'd moved to Iowa so we could work together. I was there for a little while, and I showed up with just a sheet, like one of my bed sheets that I cut eye holes in. So, like, just as dumb and basic as you can possibly get for a costume. And I put it on outside his front door, and I knock, and everybody's there already. And these are mostly, like, people that Lauren worked with.
Yeah.
Like, they all knew each other and had connections. So nobody there knew me, and nobody knew I was coming. So when the door opens and it's me, there's, like, 20 people in the apartment. They're all like, oh, who is it?
Yeah, who's under there?
This has to be one of the people we know and like. And they started saying, like, take off the sheets.
What if you were naked underneath?
Oh, my God. Somebody is turning pale. And so I take off the sheets, and it's just me.
Yeah.
Which would be exciting for some people.
2 people.
But was it exciting for, like... these people?
Would be exciting for the 2 people in the room who know who you are.
Yeah, so like you and Lauren were like, oh, that's funny, and everybody else is like, what?
I have another... Oh, never mind. I actually have another memory from that night. I almost don't even know if I want to say this. Just, you were rapping along the Kanye songs, and everyone's like, what's he doing?
Yeah. I was just too into Kanye.
But I just remember you were slightly inebriated.
Yeah.
Which tend to happen at my parties.
Yeah. It's because nobody liked my costume, so I just had to drink more.
Yeah, American Boy, though.
Yeah. Love American Boy.
I think all the people from Iowa love that song, too, so. Number 1 for me, I don't even know if anyone's heard this song. I'm sure people have heard it, but it's not like a popular, like, oh yeah, I love that song with Kanye. It's a song by The Dream called Walking on the Moon.
Oh, yeah.
And another one where it's up there with the best music video moments of Kanye. Because it's this really, like, kind of cheap in a obvious way, music video, like sci-fi, where the dream, the singer of the song. He's like on the spaceship and like chasing this girl around and all that. And then Kanye shows up and he has his own girl too. And they're just in space rapping. And it's just like, they're just some incredible, it's, to me, Kanye, the funniest he ever is in a song, which is partly why I like it. But where'd you come from on this lonely night? I swear to God, must have made lightning strike and I bottled it up. You hit the red carpet and modeled it up. We hopped in the Rari and throttled it up. And everybody clapping, they bravoed it up. It's just so good. And then the next lines are lines I, again, say to myself a lot. All just because it's more than a buzz, more than a drink. I took a few sips and now I let it do what it does.
What a nice flow.
Now drunk texting. You got to throw that in at the end.
Now drunk texting. That's what I'm going to say to myself whenever I drunk text from now on. I'm just going to think, now drunk texting.
But it took a few sips and let it do what it does. And the way he says it too, it's great. The whole song's fucking great.
Yeah, and it's a long verse too, which
I
always enjoy. Like, if we're getting a Kanye guest feature, I want...
Yeah, let him go at it.
Yeah, I want a guest feature.
And again, watch that music video.
Yeah.
He wears sunglasses in space.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Okay. That's it for our first live advent calendar. Wow. Look at us go.
That was enjoyable.
Very much so.
It was nice to look into your eyes this whole time without blinking.
Yeah, we haven't stopped touching each other. And we're not going to tell you where. All right. Anything else?
No.
We'll talk about... We didn't do any Jesus is King news. We'll do it at the beginning of the next episode.
Oh, yeah.
Because there is some news.
Yeah. So,
and it'll be tired and out of date by that episode, but who cares?
Yeah. Until then, stay wavy.
And keep it loopy.